The rush to create climate-friendly economies may yet produce tangible gains for Africa, especially least developed countries. Joining us now from our studios in Nairobi on how carbon trading works, how it can benefit poor communities in Africa is Nic Frances, who's Executive Chairperson of Cool NRG, a global advisory company on the subject of carbon trading. Thanks so much for coming through. There's so much talk about these carbon trades and carbon trading mechanisms. We keep on hearing about it, but I don't get a sense that it's a very vibrant industry and trading network. Is that a wrong assessment?
Well, actually, it's not very well understood. That's for sure. I mean, it's you're kind of trading something that hasn't happened. So there's no carbon in the air. So we're trading that. So it's not real. It's not like gold, or it's not like wheat, or it's not like oil. So it's hard to understand. But actually, as a market, we trade as much carbon every year as we do wheat sales, for example. So yes, it is very real, and it does happen. And I think the thing that you're trading is when we create energy, we burn coal, we burn fuels that create CO2. We want to reduce that. So those people that reduce it, we'll pay them to do it. And for every ton they reduce, we'll pay them a price. So what we're actually paying for is, in some ways, having nothing, not having that gas in the air. And it's very real and very big, and lots of people do it, but it's not. It's new. It's not well understood yet. Yeah, okay. Continuing on that tack of it not being well understood, there is a sense that Africa could benefit tremendously because we could create zones or areas where some of those trades could be predicated on. So a company that's a polluter in Europe could say, for a particular tract of land in Kenya, I'm prepared to buy so that I can pollute today for planting of trees in the future. I mean, I know I'm being very simplistic, but apparently we should be trying to leverage our position in that way. Sure. So I mean, one of the things that you can do is plant trees because they use CO2 and create oxygen. What I do, in fact, is energy efficiency. And the reason we do energy efficiency and we do it in people's homes is because we're interested. If you can change everybody's lighting to be more efficient, you can reduce their power bills significantly. And so one of the big issues for Africa is not just that we haven't got enough energy, and that energy creates CO2, but that energy is very expensive. And for a family that's struggling, actually, if you can reduce their energy bills, that's very important. Right. So one of the things that we do as a company is we go out and at the moment in Mexico, in the next few months, we'll be giving 26 million energy-saving lights to the poorest families in Mexico. And that will save them 1 month's salary every year. And the government have paid to do that, but they're going to get that money back because we've helped them organize selling the sales of carbon or the CO2 to pay for that program. In terms of your assessment of awareness, I know that in South Africa, for instance, our energy utility is also distributing those energy-saving lamps. I have some in my home, for instance. But they're also talking about banks coming to the party, for instance, and being able to provide mortgages that will support the installation of solar geysers in new homes, for instance. So there are a lot of these initiatives. The question is the uptake. You know, when I think of buying a new house, which I am, I'm not thinking about a solar geyser. Yes, well, and you should be. You should be, because it will pay for itself in a very short time, within a couple of years. Secondly, it means then in the past, once you've paid for it, you're then getting free hot water, not very expensive hot water. We know that the price of energy is going to be going up over the next few years. And you're right. The banks are now coming to the party and saying, when you buy your house, we will allow you to just put an extra little piece on your mortgage to put in an energy efficient geyser. And that means that you're getting low cost mortgage and getting lots of savings into your home. And partly that's going to be subsidized by creating carbon credits on that will help pay and subsidize for that solar hot water system. And finally, just in terms of using the capital markets, I know that South Africa's JSE has been dabbling with carbon credits. We know that some banks like Standard Bank, I know that you've partnered with, are also providing over-the-counter trade in it. The issue is, how does an investor assess the viability of a fund or a program based on the avenues for investments? Because some of the companies in South Africa are deemed the worst offenders when it comes to industrial pollution. And as you look at investing in equities, these are some of the things you're going to have to gauge as you make your valuation.
Absolutely, and some of the brightest and those companies that are getting to grips with this, are thinking ahead, are going to be in an advantage, because not only is it costing them money to pollute, not only does it mean that they're probably not using their energy well or wisely, but if they get good at reducing it, they will be able to in fact sell those reductions back to European power producers that need to buy those credits. So not only can you get the savings right now, but because of banks like Standard Bank that are being able to aggregate these savings on behalf of industries, they can then go and sell those carbon credits into Europe and put some of that money back in to those African banks. It's really important for Africa as a country to be maximizing this. Over the last 5 years, China has, India have, and Africa's been slow to recognize the enormous amounts of benefit, both in terms of cash and in terms of technology, that we could be drawing to the continent through carbon trading.
All right, I wish I could talk to you longer, but thanks so much for availing us your time. Nic Frances, Executive Chairman of Cool NRG, talking to us about effective carbon trading and just environmental awareness in general.